Hi, my name is Anthony Harris. I'm a professional tennis coach, presently working with Lloyd Harris, ATP career high 30 in the world. Hope you enjoy the content.
Thank you very much.
We don't work maybe with small goals and objectives. I find that very difficult, and I find there's no measurability, because there has to be measurability and accountability the whole time. You want to work with players, you have to understand there's no more that level of a coach of, well, you know, we're learning and it's up to the player. No, you're accountable. If tomorrow my players are losing on the tour, I'm losing my job, like this. Okay, it's about winning. Okay, so there has to be accountability. Okay, so now I've analyzed this player and I've decided that we need to build certain things tactically, psychologically, and I want to just define these things. So, and then now I'm going to go a bit back and forward. When I'm working on the tour and we look at the tactical development and the tactical concepts of tennis, it's so simple. The thing is, I find people complicate it, and you speak with people and they've got all these strategies and ways to play, but actually I'm going to show you today a concept, and then I'd like you to relate that to the players you see, to Djokovic, Sinner, Tsitsipas, Felix. Have a look at and see, do these players actually play tennis this way? Okay, so, and now I'm going to look at this girl Bella, and I'm going to say, well, if we're going to develop all of these skills, we're going to have to clearly understand some basic fundamentals. So let's talk about mentality, because why? On the tour, I come to play a match. The player that we're playing against, he hits the ball probably as good as us, if not probably on one side better. He's maybe got a shot better than us or whatever. But on the day, three things will determine who's winning that match. And that'll be my head, my heart, and my legs. Three completely different things. And these are three things that now I have to instill in Bella. I have to instill in her that she has to become so if someone was to, I'm not with Bella this week, she's playing a tournament, and if I ask somebody, what did you see with Bella? If they said to me, wow, that girl is so professional, and wow, that girl is so tough, we're winning. But now I need to create this mindset and this understanding in her. I need to build her mentality. So if we talk about the mentality in the head, well, that's about understanding how to play tennis. That's about having the courage to deliver in moments. And if we're talking about mentality of heart, I need to teach her to understand how important it is that if she doesn't know how to dig deep and she doesn't know how to stay in the rally when it counts at 30 all, because at 4 all, the game is changing. At 30 all, at this moment, if you cannot bring this, that's not going to help you. And obviously, if you don't have the legs, well, none of this is working. Okay, so now we got to instill this mentality in Bella. We've got to get her to understand these concepts. And then we've got to get her to understand how to play this game. Okay, so I'm keeping it super simple. I'm not looking into. So this is what we've decided, that the most fundamental understanding of how tennis is being played is that I need to play percentage tennis. And some basic fundamentals. I need to play percentage tennis. I need to understand that today in tennis, you cannot hit a winner from here. Everybody is so fast. They are so good to hit a winner from here. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to get myself inside this court and get on the front foot. because from that position, I can win the point. And what we find with Ella and with a lot of these kids, they're not prepared to work for that. They want to pull the trigger. They're not prepared to play. And so what is percentage tennis? Okay, let me give you an example. Can I borrow a racket? Okay. So let's say I get a ball that's hit to me and it's gonna land here. Okay? This shot here, and I'm playing against the top 100 player, yes? And we need to understand the score is gonna have a very big impact. So let's assume that it's 4-all and I'm 30-15 down, serving. Yeah? I get a backhand here. Okay. Myself, if I had to go back cross court and put it here, I could probably make today 4 or 5. How many do you think Djokovic can make? Out of 10? I'd say he'd make 8, 9. I'd say he'd make 8 or 9, yes? Okay, because he might put 1 here. Okay, but here, and what is the difference? Because here I'm neutralized. Here I'm neutralized, yes? I cannot attack really off this. Okay, so I have another option. I can go middle, yeah? I can go for here with that shot. How many is Lloyd gonna make if he goes for that shot? Off that backhand? 8, 9, agreed. He has another option, okay? He can hit that same ball, he can go line. He's gonna have to put it here though, because if he puts it here and he goes line, he's dead, yeah? So how many times can he put that ball on that spot? Line, that backhand, same shot, same ball.
6.
Yes, 4. Okay? Well, an interesting fact, okay, 4, we come back to something interesting. So that's 4, yeah? I have more options on this shot. I could go drop there. Maybe 4 I make, yeah? I could go drop there, yeah? So I've got all these options and all of them have a different percentage. Which one is Djokovic choosing at 4-all, 30-all, 30-15 down? Which backhand is Djokovic choosing? Or middle? Maybe. I would agree cross-court backhand he goes. I would agree. You think Djokovic will go line on that ball? Right. You think most 16-year-old kids will go line on that ball? Right. They don't understand the concept of playing percentage tennis. Okay, and we hear all of the time, we hear on the tour, you hear people that, oh yeah, I must play percentage. They don't even understand what they're saying when they say this. What do you mean play percentage tennis? It means I'm going to choose. Now, there's a very important trick here though. Because, just because I play cross court, and here's the example. Lloyd is playing Fuskovic, yes? Fuskovic, we know, is unbelievable athlete, yeah? We know that this guy wants to play inside-out forehand, right? And that's his weapon. And he's gonna go boom, boom, and he's gonna rip it inside in. So, if I play slow, so I could say, oh, I'm playing percentage on this ball, and I go nice there. Against Fuskovic, he's running, it's a bad play. But against Fuskovic, I'm gonna have to play faster. So when Lloyd's playing Fuskovic, I'm telling him, listen, dude, you have to play faster to the backhand, because if you play slow percentage, he's getting around it and dominating. So what we understand from this is, there's a different speed against every single different player that determines whether that was a percentage shot. And let's define what is a percentage shot. It neutralizes you. And now, let's relate that to mentality. So here we are on the point. Bublik is playing Djokovic, yeah? Now, let's compare those two guys. Djokovic, he's smart, he's brave, he's got head to play tennis, he understands, for sure. He's got heart, unbelievable. Legs, that guy's working like a beast, unbelievable. Bublik, bit crazy here. I mean, I'm very close with Sasha. He's an unbelievable kid, super talented, man. This kid is a joke. Great kid. Not the brightest spark. Doesn't use his head so good, can lose his emotions. Sometimes he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't like it. He doesn't have heart sometimes. Yeah, he's working these days, I promise you. I see him when they're working. So here we go. 4-all, 30-15. Djokovic goes percentage. Bublik goes back. He goes back, Bublik. What does Djokovic do? He goes back again. Bublik goes back again. Djokovic, he goes back again. And Djokovic is basically telling you, you cannot break me. You cannot break me. You will break before me. But I just want to throw a spanner in the works about Djokovic, why he's number one in the world. When Djokovic goes low percentage, his low percentage is higher than most because he has an incredible down the line shot. So we know when I'm playing Djokovic, I need to think that, yeah, he can play percentage. I understand this, but his line percentage is higher than most. So be careful. You better recover faster. You better anticipate that. But what we see happening here is who's mentally strong and who breaks. And when we watch these kids, so I use my own player as an example for you. She played a match yesterday against a girl, 200 and something in the world. My opinion, Bella should have crunched her. Okay? Third set, she's just backhand here, down the line, going for lines, loses the match. What does she say? And she says to me afterwards, I just couldn't play percentage. I don't know, I just didn't feel like I was inside. I couldn't feel the points. First match in 4 months, yeah, it's tough. I think about my other player, we didn't play now 7 months. We played a match, our first match in Thailand now, a challenger. Man, the guy says to me, it doesn't matter what you've taught me. And before the match and leading up to it, what are we speaking about? We're speaking about Lloyd. You're gonna play percentage, get that feeling back of being able to be there in the rally, playing percentage, work your way into the court, strike and get in, okay? And use your serve. And he tells me after the match, man, I mean, I felt like I can't play tennis. I felt like my feet are stuck in the mud. I don't understand. I want to hit this ball, but I'm just want to go smack it for a winner down the line. I don't have the inside me to just one more and show him that I'm mentally stronger. And I'm going to show you some drills today. Sorry, there's so much I could tell you. I'm going to try to not go all over the place. So you're beginning to now see, so I told you that we have this profile of the player, and now we want to build the mentality of the player and the type of tennis, and we're now beginning to understand, well, what is mentality? Because it's not just, oh, I'm clutch in big moments. That's rubbish. It's not like that. You got to have the guts to go for it in a big moment, but you need heart to win most matches. Okay, not that. Okay. So now we're building her understanding of this, and now we need to get to work to build it and start developing these skills and these tools. Okay. So for example, we want to develop in her the ability to rally and play percentage tennis. Yeah. So we're gonna have to develop drills that work her consistency with direction, but we include mentality in it. Very important. Okay? So I can do a drill where I'm just hitting cross court, yeah? Okay. If I'm a tennis player, I'm that person who is always not wanting to miss before the other one, fine, but most of the kids and players are not like this. So we're gonna add mentality. Okay, so we're gonna look at some drills for that. Now, for Bella to be able to also play percentage, she's going to have certain movement patterns that we need to build that are very critical. And how do we do this? How do we build these things? Because these players, they don't have blocks where they can go train. These are not juniors or players who, okay, I'll go off now 3 weeks. No, they're playing week in, week out, weekend. Okay, I've played 4 or 5 weeks. I'm tired. I rest for a week. Let's go here and practice next week. So how do I stay fit? How do I keep working on these things? Now she has to play matches. She's got to play 60 matches this year. She doesn't have time to go now to a fitness trainer for 3 months. That we had one block at the beginning of the year. So we need to develop patterns of movement that we can work on consistently every day, that we know that those patterns are going to help us with the things we want to do. So being able to move diagonally into the court, being able to move sideways, being able to move forward into the court, being able to move back and back forward, being able to transition forward into the court. So we're going to look at those things. Okay? And so now we keep it simple. So we say, okay, so I'm going to build some consistency drills that include mentality. I'm going to now build some drills to develop that once I'm inside the court, it needs to be clear. If you think about, here's the best simple example, Federer. Has he ever had a ball anywhere here that he didn't put away? It's like anything you get here against a pro, you're done. And if you don't give that feeling to the people, you're done. Because if they feel they can play a ball here and they're not gonna get, and they're not running off that or hurt, well, you're not gonna be able to beat this player. Forget it. So now I got to develop some drills and abilities to do that. Okay. So let me see if I Okay, 2 more things before I show you some drills, because we're going to run out of time. So, another thing that I find, and we all see, is the players understanding concept between strategy and tactics. Okay? So many, you hear the coaches, the players, and they say, what's the tactics? What's the tactics? What's the strategy? Okay? And I feel that a lot of this is so important, so important to teach your players at the age of 15, 16, 17 when they're playing, starting to compete properly. Why? Because when I go to play a point, okay, every point has a start. I have to start the point, I need to create an opportunity, and I need to finish the point. And when I start the point, okay, I need to make sure that I am starting the point, that the first ball I hit is absolutely correct. Okay, so, sorry, I don't want to get too off the point. So, okay, so, it's 8. Can we have 2 people? Can we have 2 people who can play? Or everyone? Okay, so, sorry, one more thing. So, when I come to play that point, I need to have a plan for that point. And let me now differentiate for you the difference of strategy and tactics, okay? I work with an analyst, okay? So when we have a match, my job, I see who we're playing in the draw. Playing Sinner, right. I call Aki's the analyst. I say, Aki's. He says, yeah, I've seen it already. We're on it. Now we're going to analyze 3 matches that this guy has played against a player similar to us on similar surface. Okay? And now from that information, and we have information where we know where he missed every forehand, whether we call it area 1, we call it area 2 normally. We have, this is our area 3, and this is our area 4, yeah? And we know that every shot this guy missed, did he miss it there, or there? Okay? And from this information, we can now build a strategy. not tactics, strategy. So if you want to understand the difference of strategy and tactics, if I was going to war, yeah, my country would have a strategy. We say, okay, like, we're going to take out that port, we're going to take out that port, we're going to take out that airport. That's our strategy. Our tactics is that when we will use different weapons and whatever once we get there to take it over. So in tennis, my strategy against Fuskovic is to play fast to the backhand, to not give him forehand, to play 70% to the backhand. Now we come to my tactic. How am I going to do that? That's the tactics. So every single player who doesn't work on this from an early age is going to struggle. So 4-all, 30-15 down. I need a tactic to achieve my strategy. I'm playing Fuskovic. My strategy is to play to the backhand. My tactic, now how am I going to make that happen? Well, I could kick the serve out wide, or I could go big first serve to the backhand, open the court maybe, and then go 70% into the backhand. But I've got a plan. That's my tactics. Well, strategy is my overall. This has to be very clearly taught to these kids. They need to learn how to play tennis, how to understand to win this game. It's not about how we hit the ball. I'm talking to you today not about teaching people to play tennis. I'm talking about taking a 16-year-old to start earning 100, how much has Lloyd made? 50, 70 million rand. This is a very different scenario. Okay, so this is the strategy and understanding, and all of this my player has to understand. Whole issue of mentality. So how do we build these things? So let me talk about building mentality. This is the most amazing thing for you guys, if you can get your players to understand this. So simple. Imagine every single time I come to the court, I'm not missing before you. I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care. And if it's the first rally, the second rally, I'm not missing before you, and I'm not missing before the end of the practice. And not only that, I'm going to push you and test you the whole practice. I'm going to see what speed you can play with me. I'm going to see where you break. And I'm going to say one word. That's what I'm going to do. Now imagine, think about your guys. This is my biggest nightmare, by the way. We work together. It's my biggest nightmare. I come, I see the kids are rallying, the players, even Bella. Lloyd doesn't do it any, he's learned. Quite happy to miss a ball. Quite happy to miss a ball. So, you're quite happy then to miss in a match. I'm sorry. It's very simple. You're not going to build that mentality of being that one who can play percentage over and over again and break people, and not you be broken all the time mentally. So very, very important. So okay, I want you guys to rally, please. I want you to imagine we've just come. Now please understand, these players that are coming now to rally here, they have just done 40 to 45 minutes of a warm-up. I'm sorry to keep jumping like this, but now you see how it all comes together. Okay, I told you that I need to work on Bella's fitness constantly. So we've designed, her and Lloyd actually have the exact same, it's just easier for me to have the exact same protocol warm-up. And we do it the exact same way every single time. And why? Because there has to be measurability. So for example, if I come to the court and my warm-up routine is to do, I'm working some sideways movement and then I'm doing some forward movement, and today I'm going to do the forward movement. Okay, that's how good it was. Then I come tomorrow, I do the forward movement last. But I was a bit tired. But if I do always the same first, the same second, the same third, I begin to see very quickly which one feels easier, which one feels So what we've done is we've taken every specific movement that we know you are using 70, 80% of the time in tennis. I mean, if I'm playing tennis, the fact of me moving here and adjusting, doing this over and over again, moving here to the side, playing maybe an open stance. Obviously I don't want to, so I can play over and over again. Moving forward, most awkward movement in tennis. Everybody sees these kids, they get a nice easy ball and then the kid misses and everybody misses and they go, how you miss that? Believe me, a ball that you have to run forward to and hit it, so difficult, so difficult. Okay, so I need to work that movement. Changing direction, so, sorry. So, let me show you. I will, unfortunately I have a double hip replacement. I'm not going to demonstrate properly. So this is how it works, the routine. And why I'm telling you this is because now when I come to hit that first ball, I am so ready. I'm totally warm, I'm totally there, and I'm not missing from the first ball. This is the kind of mentality you have to build in the players. Do you guys want to see what it looks like? Yeah. Okay, so I go through it very quick. So the first thing we would do is we'd come to the court. So they'll jog around the court 2 or 3 times and do whatever they want, some dynamic, just some, but literally 2-3 minutes. Then we start fence to fence, starting 40%, ending on 80%. Run. And what happens every time they do this, I can just see their legs. I can see if they're tired. I can see if those legs are going. Okay, I did 4 times. Now I can choose, maybe if it's a day where we're not playing a match, I'll do 2 sets of everything. Okay, but the point is, there's not a single practice or match that we don't do the same routine. So imagine if I'm doing this 2-3 times a day sometimes, I don't need to worry about my fitness. And I'm doing this at 100%, okay? I'm working every single day on my fitness. Right. So, 4 times up and down. I need to sidestep in tennis, we all know this. So very simple. We do 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1, yeah? There, back, sidestep. Then we do crossover, split. This movement. Because this movement, crossover and split, you are constantly doing it. And then, just to jump again, I will then take all of these movements to the gym, and I will build the strength for all of these specific movements. So that when I have to do that movement, I've got the power to come out of there, because I've worked on specific strengthening exercises for that. So now, I've done my side, my crossover side. First one. I do 1 back step and explode 2 steps forward. Continue. Back, explode. 6 is 1. We do 1 set. With this movement, watch how many times the players make this movement. Then, short movement, 6 balls with adjustment. 6 balls, adjustment. I'm going to do this over and over again. I'm doing this 3-4 times a day. It's going to help. Short and long. Play a ball here. Boom. And working the left to left movement. Very controversial issue that we're not going to get into today. Should I be going like this? Should I be going like that? We're not going to get into it. So I've done my short and long. Now, changing direction. Double change of direction. So I go from here, I explode this way, change, 1, 2. When you watch the players, you will see this over and over again. direction, and of course plyometrics. Got to do my plyometrics every day, so all directions, 10, 20, 30, all directions, and then full on explosive jump. Maybe 2 sets of 20 or 30. So that's going to take me 30, 40 minutes. And believe me, those are specific movements. And then of course, so I have a gym session. I'll do that, and we will add things, specifics. Okay. Okay, let me show you guys some drills. So now you can imagine in a practice in a tournament, pros.
You
so
save
now
his
I
life.
did
Just
pre-season
save his
in
life.
Dubai, for example. We did this year, and we're practicing with. So the way we do it, so we had 3 days with Karshanov, 3 days with Kismanovic, 3 days with Gasquet, 3 days with Donskoy. We do it like this, yeah? So we've got it all set up, and then we've arranged with each one, depending on the period of the preseason. So we were doing with Karshanov at the end, so there we're playing sets, obviously. Okay, but most practices, the guys have an hour court, they're going to hit for 20 minutes, 30 minutes and play games. They don't want to hit, they want to play points. Okay? That's another weird thing I see with these young kids. They go to these tournaments, they just want to hit balls. What are you talking? Go play points. You want to feel you're in a tournament, you want to feel to play points, you better practice points. You better not practice hitting cross court, it's not going to help you. Okay? So, but now that we're in a practice and we've decided to do some drills, yeah? And the drills I'm going to show you are very common drills to most of the top 100 guys that most of them are doing if 2 of us asked to practice together. So, let's talk about a consistency drill. And remember we said a consistency drill has to have mentality and maybe some direction. But before we go there, can you guys just warm up, please? I want to show you something. Alright. No. It's not acceptable. It's just not acceptable. Me, I stop the practice right there and then. And I tell the player, that is not acceptable. Figure it out. So, now, there's another element. Every ball you hit has to be the same. Do not give me one like this, one like this. Every ball, the same speed, same clean, same. Look. Clean, and the same speed. Now, let's see you repeat that. Repeat. Good. Repeat. Good. Repeat. Good. Stop. You want to tell me if every time you practiced in your life, every single ball you hit, you took that attitude, you wouldn't beat Nadal now. Okay, so I just showed you the most basic, simple thing of building mentality. Okay, and this is what the pros do to each other, huh? And they'll hit with you, and they just test you. They just see, let's see where he breaks. Does he break after like 4, 5, 6? And if I go up a speed just a little, is he gonna break? Because this is where I find out who he's really about. You practice with like Ruud or these guys like Ruud, and it's just every damn ball, man. And it just comes, and it comes, and it's relentless. It comes, and it comes, and it comes, and it comes. And you realize that that's the norm. Okay, so I showed you a very simple thing on the first ball of the practice. And how difficult was it to play the same ball?
If you work, then it's easy.
Correct. Correct. Exactly. If you work. And that's what we're trying to instill. We're talking here, guys, not about, please, I feel something like we're not talking about a kid who's playing social tennis, huh? This is Bella, this is accountability on my head. If I don't bring her to top 100, everyone here, they're going to say, he's useless. She should have gone somewhere else. It's only about this. So I don't have place for mistakes. I don't have room for messing around. Okay. Right, we're going to do a consistency drill. A lot of people, they do cross courts. Yeah, we do also. But if we want to do something that adds a little bit of mentality, a little bit of reading the ball, so it's not that because you always want to be building the skill of reading the ball. That's why baskets are so dangerous, because you do not learn how to read. You know where it's coming. So we're going to do a simple drill. You're going to go 50 balls, okay? You're going to go 2 to his forehand, 2 to his backhand. He can go wherever he wants, okay? If you miss, we go -10. All right, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're on -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. Stop. Okay, so you can see in this drill, just a very basic drill, guys. This one, he has to think about direction. He has to worry about mentality if he misses, so he can't just swing. And he's learning to read the ball because he's he's playing from different positions to positions, which I might have to do. A very simple, basic drill. And you try and get to 50. Okay, I'm gonna rush through it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a really important drill which is connected to percentage tennis, which is connected to when to change direction. Okay, so I want you to imagine, and you guys are pros, so I can make it easier for you, sure. All right, so So, we understand that if you hit me a ball, here in this alley, yes? If I want to neutralize that shot, I'm going to have to go back to that alley. If I go middle, and I'm in serious trouble, okay? I could maybe go line, yeah, but I don't have low percentage, yes? So here's the drill. If you get a ball between here, go wherever you want, how you want. You get a ball in the alley, you have to go cross. Okay, go. You have to go cross. You have to go cross. He can go anywhere he wants. Yeah, exactly. And you begin to learn from this very quickly how you should or shouldn't change direction. Stop, this is a mess. Stop. Go. Right, that's got to go. That can go anywhere. That can go anywhere. That's got to go now. Vertical. If you go middle, you should be punished. Good. You'll see them trying to neutralize each other, understanding the crossword, understanding the value of percentage, being able to play that. Just a very, very nice basic drill. Yeah, I've only got time to show you 2 more drills. So I'm going to just show you a drill I learned this year. And this is something else, okay? Sometimes you practice with people and they show you something and you like it and you see it's beneficial. So this was from Gasquet. We're practicing with him now for the pre-season. So basically I just want you to make each other move. Every single ball. So, make him move. Now make him move. Make him move. Now let's see if you guys can do it. So to give you a perspective, Lloyd and Richard, they were getting like 5, 7, 8, 10 ball rallies full on. Huh? Let's see if you guys can get even 5 balls. Yeah, you see. So the minute they have to move the ball, now you also see another level of player. How good they move, how they can move the ball around. You see, he's not seeing it, he should have been able to get there, then move him off that one. Basically it looks a mess. Yes?
He's a funny guy, eh? He just put it the way it is.
Come guys, we can get 5 balls.
These are good tips here.
Alright, that's good.
Yeah.
So you can see.
But of course we know this is strictly business.
Okay, now last thing I'm going to show you,
Don't come.
because then it comes back to this concept of tournament. How do returning, serving and returning is so important, yes?
Yeah.
So how do the pros, how do they work
You
serve
step
and
on the
return?
cards
And
and
I
represent.
promise you this, I practice with, I don't think there's a top 100 player I haven't practiced. And I don't think there
It's
was
okay,
a
you're
time
doing well.
we didn't serve and return like this.
This is good.
And I don't think I saw a player outside of us who doesn't do this. So, what you need to understand, everybody on returning, they're all working on technique. And I agree, there's a lot of stuff you can work on.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
many
that's
times
different.
we've discussed, should I be doing that? Should I be doing... There's so many things about how to return. What we understand on the tour, what we're focusing on, is this, neutralization. It's not about what I'm hitting a return. It's about how I neutralize it. Okay? And some players, there was recently, I was doing it with Lloyd, we were measuring how many points we were winning coming from here. And of course that's going to vary depending on the player as well. So you cannot say things like, you can do this, you come in, it was so many times, because against a different player, it might have been completely different numbers and whatever. But what we were figuring it out is, I want to hit the return there. Yeah? I don't want to hit it here. I don't want to hit it here. I want it there. If I have to stand, if I can do it from here, there, great. If I can't, I'm going to go back. That's the first thing. So find the place where you can make the return to neutralize. Because the lowest percentage of losing points is off your second serve and off the other person's second serve. Those are your lowest percentages. And I'll give you a crazy concept. We played a match now. We won just 6 from 15 or 18 points of second serve was 31%. Just 6 from 18. And I said to him, dude, if you want 2 more points, 2 more, that was 50%. Because that was 8 from 18 or whatever. And 50% is a winning percentage. So it was just 2 I had to be work on. It's not 20 or 15. It was just 2. Okay, so how do I do that? Every time I serve spots. And I stick to a routine. And I do the exact same thing with return. So when the guy's serving to you out wide, where is the neutralizing return of out wide? I serve from here, I'm playing you, yeah? I go out wide. Where you neutralize me? Yeah.
Press cards.
Yes, that's for sure the best. You could go here, okay? But if you go short here, you're in serious trouble. So every time I serve to you there, work that spot. Got it? Simple as that. Okay, I'm serving T. Yeah? Where do you neutralize me off this return?
Backhand.
Right here.
Yeah.
Anywhere here. So every single time you get a reserve there, work that return. Don't spray balls around, try to make funny shots and no. And again, so I'm trying to show you a mentality here, okay? There is no place for looseness. There is no place to not do that. If I would lose my shit if I came to the court and saw Lloyd or Bella or any player I've worked with in the past just hitting returns. I would absolutely lose it. I would just be like, you just get it. Put the damn return here. Right here. And nowhere else. Good. Next one. So now I'm serving out wide, yeah? Where do you neutralize me? Correct.
Correct.
Djokovic loves this. Yeah. Anyway, here pretty much neutralize me, correct. And if I go T, interesting one. Yeah.
Go back
Could
there.
go there maybe, yeah? I guess if I went like super slow, you
Okay,
could
there.
go there. Alright, so we understood now that returning is about neutralizing, and what we understood was work those spots. Every single time you go hit a return. Don't let your brain work the other things. And this is how we try to do it. Simple, super simple, but very focused and mentally, everything with mentality. So we don't break. When we come to do our serving, we don't break the service routine. When we come to do our returning, we don't. When we warm up with people, we don't miss. We make it. We break them. When I'm playing points, if I'm here, I'm going percentage. You're not going to get to break me. And if I can get my ass in here, I'm gonna kill you. And build that shot. We work a lot of finishing drills, where we just, from every spot in the court, we work in full power. And just a quick thing, when you work finishing, don't work more than 5-6 balls at a time, because it's an explosive drill. And if you go again and again, by the time you get to the 8th, 9th one, the hand will be going like this of the guy, and it's no more an explosive finishing shot. So if you're working an explosive finishing shot, do 5 or 6, it's enough. Boom, 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 boom. Regroup. Again. Like
Any questions? Cap, floor's open.
Are most of these drills rallying drills or point-based drills?
Those were mainly rallying. Yeah. But you can make, we do a lot of live point drills, especially second serve. Very, very important to work this. Play a lot of points off second serve, because this is the critical one, where you really need to get the percentage up. Make your kids play a set. We do it a lot. So you play best of 3 sets, you have 1 serve. Yeah. Build the skill. Build the skill of the movement. Build the skill of the mentality. Build the skills that you need for the match.
Okay, cool. Listen, that's it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. All right, give it up there. All right, listen here. We all finished. But before you rush off, remember I said I'll take a picture of you.
Hi, Hichan, how are you?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good.
I know. I just called your name, but I think it's because I know your name. You know.
No.
So yeah, well done, man. I mean, the workshop is really a great thing for us to all take part in it, and then seeing you guys and the big guy to be here. So what can you just please tell us about you in a quick nutshell?
Oh man, thanks so much for the interview. I'm loving all the stuff that you guys are doing at the Bounz Tennis Academy. So keep up the great work. Firstly, yeah, I was one of the top juniors in my country, but I felt I really never had a real opportunity at becoming the best I could be. So I have a deep passion and a deep desire to provide kids like me coming through with a real opportunity, with a real shot of becoming a tennis champion. So that's where my heart lies and my passion lies for tennis. I want to give opportunities to kids and to make sure that they have a better opportunity that I had growing up.
That's very good, Ethan. But you haven't tell us your full names, you know.
Ethan Brett Adams.
Okay, great. That's perfect. And you actually work currently
I've been
with...
working as a tennis coach for 20 years now, and I've been in professional tennis with Anthony Harris for the last 10 years. Yeah.
Last 10 years.
Yes.
Last 10 years. So it means, because everybody of course know, if you have been with Anthony Harris for the last 10 years, that shows you're doing a great job. Everybody can hear about it. You've worked with Anthony Harris, you've worked with Lord Harris as well, and we know that you're doing a perfect job. And I just want to ask you quick, is there any more opportunity for more development kids, like, you know, less privileged kids? And I know you guys are doing that. Do you still think there's more opportunity for kids out there who's got a talent, who has the opportunity to play, but they can't go further because of financial or any other thing?
Well, I think it's all linked to funding. So it was mine and Anthony's dream out of our academy to give 10 opportunities for players. It is now our dream to get it to 11 and to get it to 12 and get it to 13. So it's all about funding. Obviously during COVID now, it was not so easy to raise the funds, but we are hoping for a great 2023. So we're able to provide even more opportunities for players that really, really need it.
Great, Ethan. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
I'll say this is one of the greatest day to actually, you know, stand here. Of course, we've spoke many times, but I think it's a good thing for me to actually have this interview, and this is going around the whole world. You know, it's growing. So if our channel can have somebody like you, somebody like Anthony Harris to, you know, to come onto the show with us, hopefully we can be better, and then we can have more down to your side, because I would love to come down to that side and see what you guys are doing to show the people.
Oh man, I'm so grateful, so humbled, and keep up the great work. And I'm doing my best to work with one of the players that you sent us with unbelievable skill, Sio. So the panel beater is underway. We're working hard.
Panel beater, we call it. We are working a bit. I've got a little boy now. I think he's gonna be a black mamba. So hopefully you guys are gonna give him a chance when the time comes.
Oh, we can't wait.
But thank you very much, Ethan.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Sure. Hi, Kochi. Can you please just in a quick one tell us who you are? And I know that we are here for workshop, and we've got, you know, quite of good coaches here from the Bounz and wineland, and also Anthony Harris that was here to give a good talk. Please tell us who you are and what your contribution is into tennis industry, please.
My name is Letona Mohitli, and I'm a tennis coach, and yes, I've come for the workshop, which is really interesting. It was nice to hear from Anthony Harris, and yes, and I'm also a TSA national selector, so we really do a lot of work to do player follow-up programs to see how the juniors can get to the next level.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. That sounds so good. We actually know that your son is with Anthony Harris at this moment. Just in 3 words, is there anything you are actually expecting in the next 1 or 2 years with your son at Anthony Harris, in your experience, please?
To be honest with you, I think my son is at the right place, and they are busy developing and working on his game. So it's for the academy to decide where they want to go with him. I can't really expect too much. All I want is him giving his best.
Thank you so much, and I actually understand that you're supporting the boys so much. So you are still doing your part as a father, and maybe a little bit as a coach, but we can see that. So otherwise, unless you can quote us wrong if you are not. What do you say?
Well, I choose to remain the father and let the coaches do the coaching.
Good. Thank you very much, Coach Letona. It's nice
Thanks.
to meet you.